Why does your t-shirt cross the ocean for pennies? Before 1956, dockworkers hand-loaded every single wooden barrel and sack. Ships sat in ports for weeks, wasting massive amounts of money. Then, a frustrated trucker named Malcolm McLean had an idea. He wondered why we couldn't just load the truck itself. McLean built a standardized steel box that stacked perfectly together. In 1956, the first container ship set sail from Newark. Loading costs instantly plummeted from $6 to 16 cents. Ports rebuilt themselves to handle these giant, adult-sized Lego blocks. This simple box, secretly built, our modern globalized consumer economy. Dockworkers manually hauled barrels, sacks, and crates into ship holds. Loading one ship took days of backbreaking, slow manual labor. Drivers sat idle, while teams slowly transferred every single item. Malcolm McLean realized moving the entire trailer was much smarter. He stripped the wheels off to stack metal boxes efficiently. These uniform steel boxes fit perfectly on trucks, trains, ships. In 1956, the Ideal X sailed with 58 containers. Massive cranes swapped cargo in minutes instead of long days. Costs dropped so low that global trade suddenly became profitable. Suddenly, a factory in Asia could serve consumers across oceans. Before containers, workers manually hauled every single sack and crate. Ships sat idle in port for weeks just waiting for loading. Trucker Malcolm McLean realized his trailers could simply drive onboard ships. He designed a uniform metal box that fit every transport vehicle. These boxes locked together like giant, heavy-duty industrial Lego bricks. In 1956, the Ideal X sailed with 58 containers aboard. Loading times plummeted from weeks down to just a few hours. Suddenly, shipping goods across the ocean cost pennies per item. Factories moved overseas because moving finished products became incredibly simple now. Thanks to this box, your cheap electronics arrive from across oceans. Stevedores manually hauled every sack and barrel onto wooden pallets. Ships spent more time docked than actually crossing the ocean. A trucker watched his cargo sit and imagined a box. He welded steel into a uniform container for easy stacking. These boxes locked together like giant, indestructible, industrial Lego bricks. In 1956, the Ideal X carried 58 metal boxes. Loading costs plummeted from $6 down to 16 cents. Ports replaced laborers with massive cranes designed for these boxes. Shipping became so cheap that goods traveled halfway across Earth. Dockworkers once hauled every single crate by hand onto ships. Trucker Malcolm McLean watched his cargo sit idle for hours. He simplified everything by creating a single standard steel box. The Ideal X carried 58 containers on its maiden voyage. Loading times dropped from weeks to just a few hours. Shipping costs plummeted, making goods suddenly cheaper to move worldwide. Factories moved abroad because shipping was now incredibly reliable today. Ports expanded massively to handle thousands of these steel giants. Your cheap sneakers exist because this box standardized global trade. Before containers, dockworkers moved thousands of loose, mismatched cargo items. McLean realized loading whole trucks onto ships saved immense time. The box moves from ship to truck without opening once. Goods now travel across the ocean for pennies per item. That practical change soon reached ordinary daily life. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get updates. Shipping a toaster became cheaper than the box it's in. We get electronics from everywhere because transport costs almost nothing. Ports expanded rapidly to handle this endless flow of steel. Dockworkers used to haul every single sack by hand individually. McLean realized putting goods in a box saved massive time. Standard dimensions meant every crane could lift every single container. Ships transformed into massive floating warehouses, carrying thousands of boxes. Moving goods across oceans became cheaper than ever before imagined. Manufacturers could finally source parts from thousands of miles away. It is why your electronics arrive at stores so quickly. Trucks, trains, and ships now share one universal language. This box effectively shrank the planet to lower consumer prices. Standard dimensions finally allowed ships to stack containers like blocks. Cranes replaced hundreds of dockworkers, moving loose cargo by hand. Massive vessels carry thousands of containers across the deep ocean. The same box moves seamlessly from ship to waiting train. Trucks haul these steel units directly to your local warehouse. Shipping prices plummeted as human labor costs virtually disappeared overnight. Suddenly, goods from halfway around the world became incredibly affordable. This humble metal box quietly built our modern global economy. Global trade relies on this box, but can our planet keep